Every week, a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Folks, what a time to be tuned into Radioactive 88.6 FM. It's our favourite time of the week. It is a Friday afternoon, and it is time for another Active Live session in the Active Studio. I'm your host, Ryan. Today in the live room, we have a legend in the Te Whanganui Tata music scene joining us. Fronting iconic act Cruelly, alongside working with the crew at iGum, she is gearing up for a solo album release in the not-so-distant future, evoking evolution of isolation and what it feels like to be a young adult living in the wind-swept city of Te Whanganui Tata, with angsty soundscapes and vocals that tend to pull on the heartstrings. She is the queen of cool super swag. She is Hayley Hailwood, also known as Damiasharko. How are we feeling today?
I'm feeling good after those words. That's so lovely.
Hey, look, awesome intro for an awesome musician. So excited to
you.
have you in the studio.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here.
Perfect. Well, should we take it away with the song?
Absolutely.
Go for it. Folks, what a good time to have ears and what a good time to be tuned in to 88.6 Radioactive. It is Active Live, and we are joined in the studio today by Damiasharko, Hayley Hailwood. You have released music this year as Damiasharko for the first time since 2023. How's that felt, finally getting some more of your solo music out into the world?
It's pretty surreal. I went on such a long journey to get to this point where I'm releasing music again, and to do it is just crazy, because obviously we had the music video for Unrest, and that was filmed a year ago. And I remember thinking then, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to film the music video and it'll be out by September. And it just like didn't happen like that. So I think over the last, like 3 years now, which is crazy, it's just been a process of like learning to have patience with myself and developing myself as an artist to be where I am now, to be releasing what I am releasing. Because it's different. Like, it's not, I'm not the same, so the music isn't either, you know?
Yeah, I mean, gearing up for releasing more music going forward, and with this being the first music since 2023, I'm curious to know, like, you mentioned that evolution in self, and yeah, I'm curious to know, like, what's changed? What's changed since that original EP? Is it your writing process? Is it the train of thought, the subject? Has life changed around you? Kind of, you can interpret that question any way you want, but yeah, I'm curious to know what's changed.
I would say everything. I mean, when I released that, like, Cruelly wasn't obviously where we are now, and so going through that process of coming into the music scene and not really knowing anyone, and then the last time I released music, people met Damiasharko before they met Cruelly, you know. So it was kind of this weird time, and going through all of the experiences that Cruelly's had, and meeting so many people and having so many like life experiences. But I think the last couple years, especially last year in particular, finishing the album, I knew I wanted to write an album for years and years. Like, it's always been something I wanted to do. But I went through this time of like isolation, and I was finishing my studies at Massey, but I was doing study outside of Massey as well, because I had always struggled with, I guess, just like insecurity about my artistry and wanting to express myself in the most free way possible, that I'm not judging myself. And I think in the past I've really judged what I created and tried to fit it into a box and tried to make it something that I thought people would like. So I spent that time sort of breaking those walls down so that I could make something without judging myself and accepting whatever comes out, and allowing the process to happen without making something bad as a failure, but instead seeing it as a part of the process.
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer.
Thank you.
That's awesome. You mentioned, the world got to meet Damiasharko prior to meeting Cruelly. How have you found the process, I guess, starting as a solo artist, moving into kind of being in a band dynamic, to now kind of coming back out and representing that solo artistry to the world? I guess it's quite raw being just yourself compared to having, your bandmates around you. How have you found that process?
Oh my God. It's so scary in comparison, first of all. I think that the process of coming back to this, I need to have my hands on something to do with creativity or music at all times, and if I didn't have Cruelly, it wouldn't have been as easy to like work on Damiasharko without anyone being able to see it. So it was like I could direct more energy into that and have those experiences, and it's just so much lower stakes for me personally, because it's being in a band is something I've always wanted to do, like since I was like 14. But with Damiasharko, it's like so much more than that. Like, it's so much more than like, playing the gigs and like doing, like, obviously I want to do that with Damiasharko, but with Cruelly, it's like, I want to have experiences with Cruelly. And with Damiasharko, I want to create, like a whole vibe and a whole everything. I was an artist before I was a musician. So it's like my way of painting, or, like creating a vibe and a space and a world. And Cruelly is like, it's separate in that way, where I can just have those experiences with other people and, be in the band and be the rock star,
Yeah, being in a band as well, there can be a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I feel like part of collaboration is kind of, being able to compromise on ideas. What would you say is the biggest kind of, outside of being, super critical of yourself, the hardest part about developing music as a solo artist? Is it, trying to play all the instruments yourself? Is it, the producing side of things, the writing side of things? What would you say is the hardest part about making and writing music on your own?
I think, honestly, it's having the belief in yourself. Like, being able to validate yourself when no one else is there to do that. I think with a band, like, you're bouncing ideas off of other people and getting opinions and things like that. But with solo music, it's like it's a bit tougher, because if no one knows who you are or no one has heard your stuff or anything, you have to sort of you have to like I say to people, like, you have to take the bet on yourself. Like, I bet it all on me that I'm gonna be able to show myself and believe in my voice and what I have to say enough to share that without having to have an audience first, or anyone sort of waiting for it or wanting it. So that's probably the toughest, is just sort of having that validation, building that validation within myself to be able to keep going and not freak out and then stop and be like, no, I'm too scared,
With that song that you just played, "Feel Me," and even with your latest single, one of your latest singles, "Unrest," it feels deeply vulnerable, and maybe in a way that Cruelly doesn't get to see from you very often. Is having that vulnerability in this music something that you've had to work up to, or do you find that it comes pretty naturally when writing music for Damiasharko?
I am like so sensitive. I feel very, very deeply. So it's not hard at all. I think Cruelly, I tell people, like, Cruelly is like my guard dog, like that's an expression of anger and angst, and sometimes it's a bit of fun and a bit of love. But with Damiasharko, it's like, I want this album and the songs and stuff to feel the way that it felt when I was writing it, which was on my bed in my bedroom, and it's quiet and I'm going through things, like I'm experiencing myself and my emotional spectrum. And it's not hard at all to write very emotional songs.
Well, should we get into another song? What do we got up next?
Absolutely. This next one's called "Take It All Away."
Take it all away.
take it all away. Can you take it all away? Can you take it all away?
What a song. What a song. You mentioned just before when you were writing and making this album, you know, being in your room, being on your bed and trying to capture the space of where you were at. Run me through where you were at and kind of what was going on when you wrote that song.
Ooh.
If you don't mind.
No, that's totally fine. I actually had just moved into my new flat, and it's a political song. And it's the first time that I've let myself write something political and share it, because I think sometimes it can be a bit of a, like, you know, it's just something that's like outside of my comfort zone, because I don't want people to hear that and be like, oh, what do you have to complain about? So, you know, like just like stupid little things that you like put in the way of yourself from like expressing these opinions and stuff. But I'm really glad that I've done it, because I think it's a nice song, and I also think that it doesn't really matter if people don't know that it's political as well. You know, like you can listen to that and think about somebody that annoys you. You know,
Yeah.
but you know, my annoyance comes from politics these days. So
Yeah, I think a lot of our listeners would tend to agree with that as well.
yeah,
I think just kind of leading on from that too. I think that art and music and songwriting is all about expressing opinions and expressing yourself and just sharing perspective, right?
absolutely.
And
yeah.
so, people don't necessarily always have to agree with that, but the fact that you can, have that medium to have that discussion or to get those opinions out there is, I think, really important. So,
Totally agree.
with the latest singles that you've released, you mentioned just before, you've put out a music video and you've got some more music videos coming with some of the future releases. I've asked this question on Active Live before, but I'm curious to hear it from your perspective on what is the importance of having visual media accompany your music?
Well, I think that it depends how much of an artist you want to be. I think that there's, two different kinds of musicians, or at least from this perspective, that there's musicians that want to play the music because they really enjoy it and they want to be in the band and they want to write because they love writing music. Like you get enjoyment from that. I think that there's another kind of musician that their creative force doesn't just come from writing something and playing it, but it's also like the visual world of it. Like, where does it exist? And Tyler, the Creator, is a huge inspiration for me, like, going into that. I've been a fan since Tyler, the Creator, since I was, like, 11 or 12, which is so funny.
Nice.
But I've watched, like, videos of him talk about, like, world building and things like that, and it was always something that I wanted to do. And I think that this time I've really, like, caught something, and it's just so much fun because it is in the same way that I love painting. I get to paint a picture and have a soundtrack, like I just love having control over every aspect of that. And I don't know if I've gotten off track.
No, keep going.
Question.
Yeah, keep
Okay.
going.
I think that kind of artistry is so it's encompassing. I don't think that it's any worse or better than any other kind of artistry. Like, it's cool if you just want to be in a band and all of that. For me personally, I just I want it to be something that people can step into, and I think you're seeing so much of that in pop culture in the last couple of years, which is so cool. Is like these artists that have this world that you can just step into and embody and feel a part of it as well. Like, and I think that that's so fun. It's so much fun. Like, I grew up playing The Sims,
Yeah.
so like I love having control,
Yeah.
I love being able to control every aspect and what are people wearing? Where are they existing in? And that is so much fun. Like the color palettes and stuff, I mean, I love painting. Like it makes sense that I love to, you know, figure out like what does it look like, So with the music videos and stuff, it's just so much fun to like just put my hands on this and like be like, this is exactly how it's going to look. This is how everyone's going to look. Everyone's going to dress like this. Everyone's going to move like this. And with Unrest, like there's like videos of me like in the crowd and I'm turning around. I'm like, okay, guys, you're just going to act like this. And like, and I'm like directing everyone. And it was just so much fun. Like, and I think that there's so many people out there that are exactly the same as me in that way. And visuals are just so much fun to conceptualize and to like build that world. It's just so satisfying to look at.
Yeah. I mean, I am a big fan of music videos and would love that more local artists start putting out more music videos, especially here in Te Whanganui-a-Tara, where we have the New Zealand film industry. We have so many talented filmmakers and camera operators and lighting people and, even just people moving through university and stuff. And there are people that are hungry to do it. And I mean, I'm just kind of leading on from what you were saying. I'm a big fan of just any other kind of media accompanying music, whether that be, like a physical record where you can sit down and put it on and hold the album cover in front of you, and just anything that, kind of builds that world, like you said. So, totally agree. I'd like to quote you here from an interview that you did with Music New Zealand. The way that I write my lyrics is very subconscious. I want people to feel empowered with vulnerability, especially women. Talk to me the importance about empowering women with your music.
I think that women are amazing, first of all. I used to be very insecure, and I went on this, big, long journey of really finding my confidence and accepting myself and things like that. And I know how much it benefited me, especially like coming into the music scene. And then when I did that, I would meet women that had similar struggles to me. And there would be some people that I'd meet and I'd be like, oh yeah, you make music, right? Like, and it's like, no, I'm not. What? No? And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, I want other women to listen to my music and connect with it in a way that is like deeply feminine. That I think, it's like, not in a way where I don't want to alienate anyone else, but I think that there's a certain like emotional depth that I think that femininity is very attuned to, and there's a lot of empowerment in just being yourself and accepting that. And I try to, in my work and in my life, help other women to feel comfortable in that space with me so that they can express themselves and be who they want and need to be. Because I think that women are just incredibly creative people. I mean, we birth life, That's a pretty amazing thing. So, yeah. But for me, I choose to birth music, not people.
Nice. Fair enough. Somebody quote that.
Yeah.
Somebody quote that. And just, kind of leading on from that as well, how have you found being a young wahine in the New Zealand music industry and scene? Because Lord knows that there is not enough femme representation in creating music and performing music and teching music and just every aspect of the New Zealand music scene and the music scene just everywhere, to be honest. So how have you found that experience?
Honestly, pretty all right. I think something that I came into the scene with was just kind of like audacity. Like I was just like, I'm going to be respected. I'm going to be accepted as an equal. And I just sort of like came into these spaces with this like, you know, this mentality on me already. So whether it happened or not that I was like, you know, that people were treating me different because I was a girl, I didn't really notice because of that. And it was this sort of mental shield I could put on myself. But also I was screaming at people like on stage. So maybe I was a little bit intimidated. But I've, you know, I mean, there have been like, you know, things here and there that were just like annoying. But I think that it doesn't really like get me down or make me feel like, oh no, like I'm a girl and I'm less than. Or it's just like whatever. Like it's a guy that's, you know, not cool. Like they're lame
Being
for
a
that.
dick.
Like like it's whatever. Like, and I think I don't know. I'd like to think we have a pretty inclusive scene when it comes to like women, transgender, non-binary. Like, you know, no one bats an eye, and I think that that's really great. You know, and especially in the last couple of years, like there's so much more. Just like, you know, it's just people being normal and allowing other people to be normal without making it weird.
Yeah.
You know, there's none of that, which I really like.
Yeah.
I don't see it at least.
And I definitely think as well, you know, allowing people to be normal, but also expanding the meaning of the word normal as well.
Yes,
you know? Like that's
exactly.
not as narrow and as niche as it used to be.
Yeah.
And I think just kind of as well, leading on from what you were talking about, community and scene, something, a little fun fact about me, the first ever house party that I went to in Wellington and the first gig that my band ever played in Wellington was at your house.
It was.
Yeah, it was. That's a little fun fact for the active listeners. And I just want to know from your perspective how important bringing people together outside of traditional music venues to experience local music is to you. How important is that to you? I may be hinting at the recent loss of one of these very important spaces in Whanganui Otara.
I think it's so important. Even just like on an individual level, I think that, I mean, where's the value that gets placed on individual people's lives, you know, like that their experiences they have, how they grow into the people that they're going to become, and then how that impacts the work that they do and how they impact the people in their lives and how those people impact other people. Like it just seems like there's no thought that's put into that, and I think it's so important. I mean, I know for me, like the person that I've become is because of these spaces, you know, it's because I had the ability to be involved in these spaces and meet the people running these spaces, and it was so important for my growth as a person, for my sense of community. Like you just can't like not put value on community, and it's difficult because obviously there's a lot more that goes into it than just that, but on an individual level I can say like it's extremely important to have these spaces where people can express themselves freely, feel comfortable being themselves, and have some hope, you know, just have some fun and have some hope for the future, because it looks pretty grim, you know, like you have to have these moments where you get to feel like anything is possible. And I think spaces like that really allow those seeds to be planted, and taking them away is just like, it's just like crushing your spirit, you know, like what good does that do for anyone long term, you know?
Yeah, I think as well, like, you know, with a lot of those house parties and, you know, gigs that would happen in places like Garrett Street as well, it's the sense of community and not isolating people, you know, because as soon as people become isolated, they can, you know, kind of start diving down pretty gnarly rabbit holes. And I think bringing the community together and having community kind of be a massive part of this city is going to make the future look a little less grim.
Yeah.
Kind of just delving a little deeper on these last few questions. If there was a message that you wanted people to take away from listening to your music, what would that be?
Allow yourself to feel without shaming yourself, and know that the most uncomfortable feelings can lead to the most transformational experiences within yourself, and everything that you need is within you. That's what I want people to take away from my music.
That's an awesome message to have taken away.
We'll see if that happens.
Yeah, we'll see if that translates. Who is Damiasharko to you?
To me,
Yeah, to you.
she's a very awesome woman. Yeah.
Nice.
She's I don't know. I mean I suppose I'm quite blended in with her, right? Like, but I think that putting a face to my self-expression is just really fun.
Yeah.
Again, like in that way of like visuals, like I get to really like experience being Damiasharko. Yeah. And I've developed this over many years now. So yeah, I love her.
Here on Radioactive, we have a little bit of a tradition. We have a pass it forward question.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the person who was on last asks a question to you, and you then pass a question on to the next band. And last week we had the very talented Logan Edwards on for our Active Live. And Logan wants to know, did you know that there was once a peach-flavoured fruit burst?
What?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, maybe I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it cost Logan apparently 2 hours of Googling. And apparently in 2012, the peach got switched out for wildberry. And Logan is just trying to raise awareness and spread the message.
Now I feel like I've unlocked a memory.
Yeah. Yeah, he dropped that one last week, and I was kind of like, was there? And then I kind of dove down the rabbit hole of looking up peach-flavoured fruit bursts, and
I'm going to do that.
They existed.
I'm going to Google this when I get home.
Yeah. Just maybe try not to lose 2 hours
Yeah,
plus like
I'll
Logan
try
did.
not
I don't know if 2 hours is worth the peach-flavoured rabbit hole.
That's crazy.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, it's your turn. What's your question? It can be obviously anything related, given the fruit burst question. It doesn't have to be music, but it can be. As philosophical as you want it to be.
I think I'm going to go with something a bit fitting to our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
If you could change the world in one way, what would you change? That's it.
It's a good question. We might have to add on an extra 20 minutes to our Active Live next week to really dig that question deep. Awesome. Well, Hayley, look, it has been such an honour having you in the Active studio this week. Thank you for sharing with us your new music, which will be out in the ether at some point in the near future. Where can people find you? What do you got coming up? The microphone is yours.
I'm on all social media and streaming services. And if you want to support me, you can do so through Bandcamp. I am not doing anything coming up, but I will be releasing music soon. So if you want to hear more, then follow me on social media.
Perfect. All right. Well, massive shout out to New Zealand on air. And speaking of hearing more, we've got time for one more song. So, Hayley, Damiasharko, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Take us away.
Ornamental
Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.